some really cool items with hidden compartments, and today we are going to explore them and test them out. We're gonna see if they're actually practical and if they're really as inconspicuous as they seem. You may recognize some of the items, but I bet you'll be surprised by some of the others. Let's start with some scrunchies. I know what you're thinking, scrunchies? Hidden compartment? That can only mean one thing. They have a pocket. There seem to be a few different options for the scrunchies, but I went for the beautiful satin ones just because I think they're really aesthetic on the wrist. Psh, why am I wearing white? I need to be wearing black. Match my outfit. There we go. Okay, but you already see it's got a little zipper here. So already, that kind of makes it a little bit conspicuous. But like, what else are they gonna do, right? Unless you're doing Velcro, I'm not sure how else you would do that. We're gonna open it up. Okay, so it just opens up to the elastic inside. I was kind of hoping it would have an actual pocket, but that makes sense that it would do that. I will test this in just a second, but I feel like that will make some of the stuff fall to the opposite side of the scrunchie, and then it'll be hard to kind of like fish it out. So let's test it and see what it does. For the sake of making things easier to see, I'm gonna try this on the tan one. Okay, so I'm gonna try some money. I'm gonna roll up a $5 bill and put that in there. Whoa, okay, that is not as easy to put in there as I thought it would be. You kind of have to roll this up a lot. Interesting. I've got my money in there, $5 bill, just for the sake of like seeing if it's doable and putting some coins in there. You can hear the jingle of the coins. So coins are probably not gonna be very good in this if you want it to be a little bit more inconspicuous. But now I'm also really curious, can we put a key fob around in these? Okay, oh, I actually got it in. That worked. Now, is it inconspicuous? Like, I feel like you can see that. I don't feel like that's very inconspicuous. So if you have a key fob, maybe this is not the right one. But it is kind of like a convenient, like don't have to carry anything, like way to go about this. So I'm not mad at it. Now if we just took like a regular key instead of the key fob and put it in. First of all, there's two of them, so they're kind of jingling. So I don't love that. Yeah, I feel like that's actually pretty inconspicuous. And now that I've kind of like pulled on the fabric and kind of distributed that a little bit more. So if you get them to go in a separate spot from some of the other things, they won't rattle around as much. House key, a little bit of cash. These would be great for that. Very inconspicuous. You can probably even turn the zipper to the inside so that it's on your skin and then nobody sees your zipper. That's fancy. Okay, then how does it look if we actually use it? Tell me what you think. Is it conspicuous? I'm just going for a ride now. Okay. Okay, let me go look because I wanna know. I wanna know what this looks like. After looking in the mirror, I feel like that actually works really slick, like more so than I would have expected it to. So, and you know what? That's really pretty. Like, I really like the aesthetic of these. These are gorgeous. So with the pocket scrunchie, I think you can get away with house keys and a little bit of cash. Coinage is gonna be harder, and a key fob is like a maybe. Okay, but trying to get the keys back out is a little bit of an issue. But I did it. Be proud of me, please. I need it. You are not gonna be able to get a card into this because there's just not enough space. The scrunchie looks pretty big, but it's not quite big enough for a card. So you're gonna have to stick with cash. Are these scrunchies practical? I would say yes, they are, because you can easily tote your stuff around on your wrist. It's a twofer because it's totally practical. You can actually use it as a scrunchie because it has the elastic and everything. Like, this will keep my hair off my neck. I would be happy to buy these ones again. These are great. This next one, when I saw it, kind of blew my mind because I didn't know that this type of thing actually existed. It's a Sharpie. Okay, so. Is this an actual Sharpie? Will this actually color on things? I gotta find some paper. Hold on.
A few moments later.
Okay, I didn't have any real like printer paper nearby or anything, but so I have scratch pad note and we're gonna see. Oh, look, it works. This is actually a working Sharpie. That is crazy. Okay, but this is like a really bad Sharpie. It like barely works. It's so thin. There's not a lot of ink in that. So it's like only halfway dual purpose. Like maybe if you needed it in a pinch, you could use it, but otherwise conserve it. Is it like a twist off? Ooh, yes. Okay, so it twists off, but like what could you actually fit in there is my question. So I've been thinking about this while I was waiting for the Sharpie to come in, and I think that if you just roll up some cash tight enough, we could fit some in there. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try for a few bills at a time. I have 4 US bills here that I am going to try and roll up tight enough to fit inside the Sharpie. Okay, I think that's tight enough. No, it's not. Try again. How freaking tight does it need to be though? You're really not gonna be able to access your money if it's too tight like this. Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna go to pay for something and then you're gonna pull all this like money out of your Sharpie in front of everybody? Like, nah, girl. Okay. It almost works. Dang it. That's 4 bills though. Let's try to take it down to 2 bills and see if we can do it. Look how curly they are now. That is really funny. Okay, try again with 2 bills this time. All right, 2 bills inside the Sharpie. Okay, that actually works. And I think that's as far as it goes because it has, no. No, that is not gonna work. Is money too tall for this? I think I was just scammed. The pictures on this said I could use it for dollar bills. I'm gonna be so angry if this does not work because it's too tall. Okay, I'm just gonna do 1 bill and see if it'll fit. Oh, I'm so upset. I think this is just gonna be too tall. It doesn't work. The listing literally showed putting money inside of it and I can get the money to fit, but it's too freaking tall to actually put the lid back on. So what do you use this for? This thing is a piece of trash. This is lame. Is this actually the same size as a Sharpie though? Hold on. I'm gonna go get a real Sharpie and we're gonna compare them side by side. Real Sharpie, fake Sharpie. The real Sharpie is literally like a ½ an inch taller. Why? They did not need to do this. Oh, that is so frustrating. Like if it's that much shorter, they could have just made it that much longer and it really wouldn't have looked that different. This one's a bust. This is not practical. I got really excited because I thought it was dual purpose, but it's not. If you have thoughts or ideas, please tell me in the comments, what in the world can I fit in this that's legal? Because I'm feeling a little bit at a loss right now. So I vote this one's not worth it. Don't waste your money. It's just lame. This next item is one that I swear we've all seen in the movies. It's like a spy movie type of thing. It's a lipstick container. Now, I would be very surprised if this is a real lipstick. It's probably just plastic on the inside. I think that's what the pictures showed. Okay, yes, definitely plastic. Would I know that that was plastic right away? Well, first of all, there's like hot glue strings sitting on here. So yes, that's weird. I would say maybe that's like a really glossy lipstick. Like maybe if you're a dude and you don't know your way around lipstick, you might think that that was fine. But as a girl, I'm like, this is a kid's lipstick. This is definitely plastic and fake. Now what we need to see, we've got our hidden compartment right there. What we need to see now is if it will actually fit the money too, because that is a lot shorter than the Sharpie. That was very disappointing. My thoughts here are that you probably need to take your money and fold it in half and then roll it, because I think that that would make it short enough. And I don't think that you could do this with the Sharpie very well because I think that the Sharpie is too narrow of a tube. Okay, so yes, that worked. Oh, don't tell me this is still too tall. It is still too tall. What do I even do with that? I just want it to work. It has that much space that it won't go in. It's supposed to close all the way. That's what it looks like without the money in it. What else am I supposed to put in that? It's so tiny. Let me see if I can get some coins in there. No, I can't even fit a penny in there. Oh, no, no, you can put pennies in. But you can't close it with the pennies. Oh, I think I just got them stuck in there. I'm gonna grab some tweezers real quick. I thought this lipstick one would be so cool, but it is just proving to not be that great. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get these pennies out of there. Oh, I did it, okay, great. It's a little complicated, but manageable. Okay, literally, I think that this is just another one of those for stashing things that are maybe not legal. So if you can think of something else that would actually fit in there, just like the Sharpie, let me know. Please make sure it's legal before dropping it in the comments. Maybe if you really needed to hide your house key. Maybe this would work for that. Let's see. All right, so this is a little short key. It's kind of stubby. I don't know if it would really count as like a house key, but we can try it. And no, that's not gonna work. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that the lipstick is a fail. It's not practical, and it would be a little bit conspicuous since that looks like plastic if you open it up. There's just not enough room in it to actually put anything in there of legal substance. So I'm kind of disappointed by the lipstick one. That one's no good. Don't buy it. This next item was really cool. I was excited for this one because it looks so legit and it has space. Okay, so we have a deodorant stick, or do we? Oh, that scared me. No, I think that's actually deodorant. Is it? No, it's not. It smells like deodorant in there. I wonder if this is like a real thing that they just like took out the top. Because if you look down there in the bottom, I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to get it on camera. But there's actually like deodorant stuck in the little spinny thing in the bottom there. I think this was a legitimate deodorant at one point in time. This feels kind of like, oh, I don't know. It is hard. Like I drop it and it doesn't break or anything. It might just be something as simple as clay carved to look like deodorant. So it had a little bag in here, which is kind of convenient because again, with the deodorant, there's some little marks on there. I hope nobody used this. I hope they just bought it and like cut everything out, because if somebody actually stuck this in their armpit, that's kind of gross. The bag was folded, so I don't know how that's gonna work. I really wanted to see if a card would fit in it. So we are gonna test that. Oh no, it's like a 1/4 inch too small. Okay, well, you're just gonna have to put your card in your pocket because all of these little containers are just too small. I do think there's plenty of room to put cash in there, so we're gonna go ahead and test that out. If you need to pack a lot of cash for a trip or something, this would be a great way to hide it. Unless somebody steals your whole bag, then you're kind of screwed. I'm gonna put like a whole handful of coins in here. Okay, cinch it up, tuck it back in, and see if it fits. Yes! Oh my gosh, look! Finally, we got another one that works. I'm so happy. Yes! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so careful. This thing might get stuck down in there a little bit, so don't push it down too far. And leave a string up, because that was actually really easy to pull out when I just had the string right there. So I think this one is a win. This one is definitely practical. You can use it. Like, I feel like I could put a fair amount of money in there and coinage. Oh, but something I didn't test. Let's see if the coins jingle at all, because that would be a dead giveaway. Okay, so I do think there is a slight jingle to that. And I think probably the way to mitigate that would maybe to put like a tissue in there or something with the coins to kind of keep them from jingling against each other. But I think that this one's really great. Like, I'm impressed. I feel very satisfied with this purchase, and I would recommend this one. The only thing is that there's probably a little bit of deodorant at the bottom, so be careful. Okay, this next one is one I hadn't seen before either, but I really wanted to test it because it looked like it was one of those like too good to be true hidden compartment ones. It's a freaking like charging cord, okay? Not really a cord, it's like the base. I don't know what you actually call this piece technically, but let me show you. We take this little end and we pop it off. And it is a nice empty container. Downside, you can totally see through the hole. I don't love that. I wish there was a way to kind of like plug up that hole. I feel like that defeats part of the purpose, but maybe somebody wouldn't look too close. And with the backside on, it's a little bit dark inside, so maybe it's not a problem. Let's see how practical this actually is and if we can get it to actually work or not. I think this one you could easily... I think this one could fit a single key. I don't think it works with a key ring. So a key would be questionable with this one. It just doesn't fit super great. Bills straight in are too tall. That's not gonna work. So we're gonna fold them in half and see if we can work it that way. It's obviously too small for a credit card, so that's not gonna work. And if this can't hold cash, it's worthless too. Okay, but this one is a little bit more of a rectangle, so I'm gonna fold the bills rather than roll them. Yes, that's a good size. It worked. Ah, I love it when they work. It's so satisfying. And some coins. Okay. All right, so I actually have a fair amount of money in this right now. It does jingle, so that's a little bit conspicuous. Like, that would raise some eyebrows, I think. So if you're gonna use coins, you would have to pad them or make sure there's enough money in there to keep it very padded. So let's see, I used 2 bills in that one. Let's see if we can use some more. You have to fold it into fourths to actually let it fit. This has 4 bills in it right now, and I think there's plenty of space for more. I think you could do a fair amount of money in this. And just looking at this here, I do see a little bit of something there within the little slot that's not quite normal of a charger base. So I'm wondering if I didn't push it down so far, or if I put the other end in first. So I'll like the thin wispy side in first, if that would change it. Okay, so I think if you do that and don't push it all the way to the back, it does help. I still can see at least a little bit in there. I don't know if it's catching on camera very well. I think that this would actually make a pretty good travel companion. The only problem that I could see is that if this got caught on something, it would just pop right off. You would have to maybe find a way to keep that secured on. I don't know if you would maybe like want to tape it or something, but I do think that that would be an issue with this one. But like other than that, it's actually pretty slick and it fits money, which 2 of our other ones did not. So I think I'll call this one a win. I do think that is practical, even though there's a few things about it that I would love to be tweaked. Last but not least, we have a hairbrush. Is it practical as a hairbrush? Can I brush my hair with it? Yes, I can. Now, the hidden compartment side of it is in the handle. You screw off the base like that, and you've got an empty space inside. So now the true test of will it actually fit our money? I think that we could fit that without folding it in half. We're gonna try. It's another cylinder, so I am gonna roll it again. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the 4 bills and just see if I can fit 4 bills. Yes, okay, it fits, it's in there. Now my question is it gonna be stuck? Okay, so first of all, I'll just go ahead and put the lid back on and see. That's actually really hidden. I think this one is quite practical. It fits the money, but now the question is to get it out. With 4 bills, I can shake it out. So that was actually pretty slick. If you were to do more bills, I think that that would be a little bit harder. I'm gonna try though. I'm just gonna really try to stuff this thing to the max and see how much I can actually fit in there. This is a roll of 11 bills. We're gonna see if they fit. Yeah, it fits. That actually works great. Oh yeah. And no one would be any the wiser. And I think this is like a small enough brush that if you have a spacious purse, you could probably fit it in your purse just fine. But literally, like, unless somebody has an x-ray machine, so like they might be able to see it at the airport because you do send your stuff through. So I think like maybe a TSA agent might be able to see that it's in there, but ain't nobody else gonna be reaching for your brush. So I think this one meets our practicality. It is very practical and it's actually functional and very inconspicuous. Okay, but now I can't get them back out. So you'll probably need to keep some tweezers on hand or something. Let me see if I can fish these out. Ooh, ribbon money. So it came out really easy with some tweezers. So if you do put them in the brush handle, you would just need to keep some tweezers on hand. Could I fit some house keys in it? Not if they're rounded on the end. Let's try these. No. Okay, so keys are not gonna fit in this. That's not a great spot for your keys. Can you fit coins in it? No. Okay, so the brush is a cash only compartment. Nothing else really fits in it. The compartment is just a little bit too small to fit things like keys or coins in it. These are really fun to test out. I think my absolute favorites are our beauty products. They really came through. So our scrunchies, our hairbrush, and our deodorant. These by far were the best. The only thing I'm really disappointed by is that we didn't actually get anything to fit a card. So the card is just gonna have to either stay in your wallet or in your pocket. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and a subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.